the ghost. Bounce ball, boogie woogie. I know, I do that all the time. I bet you $10 if you try to do it yourself. You should totally do it. And send me a video if you're doing it, and I'll send you a special prize. Like, I don't know, we'll talk about it. A free sticker, free MP3 download, free something. We all love free stuff, so you might as well just jump on board and hop on and have some fun with us. Yo, check this out. Last Friday, we did our laddies and lassies shaking St. Patty's virtual extravaganza. We had so much fun. Over 13,000 views altogether. So I thank you for everyone that participated, helped out for the cause, which we'll be putting up a PayPal money pool to help us. We're raising money to get our own app on Roku, Amazon Fire, Android, Apple TV, so you can be able to find our live stream worldwide, everywhere. This is the Underground Nation podcast, brought to you by Underground Nation Magazine. Go subscribe to patreon.com/UGNMeg for only $5, $10. $5 or $10 will get you a digital or physical copy of Underground Nation Magazine, in which tonight we have a special artist that will be featured in the upcoming edition of Underground Nation Magazine, full page layout. This is going to be amazing. This artist I'm bringing up to the stage, he has participated in a lot of charity events that I've hosted and been involved with since Christmas of last year. In which Christmas time, we raised over $500 for a charity out here in Denver, Colorado, to help feed and clothe families and get gifts under Christmas trees, in which our artist that I'm bringing up to the stage participated in. In February, we did the Love Bubble. We were raising money for a charity to help kids in need. He pitched in and helped out. And last Friday, he didn't chip in or nothing, but we let his music play for a cold 20, 30 minutes, completely on accident. I knew he was going to be on here tonight with us, and I said, yo, give him some love, show him some support. But I didn't know that we were going to walk away from the computer screen and let his playlist just take over the show, which that got us a lot of responses, and which made me even more excited to have this artist on with us tonight to chat and learn more about. I have the one and only legend in my eyes coming up here in the Denver, Colorado scene, Mr. Jason Martin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Glad to be here.
My guy, how you doing tonight, man? Look at you, the cool shades.
You know, future gets bright sometimes.
Oh, dude, your future hella bright. I don't blame you there. I totally don't.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Just happy to be here. Thanks so much for having me, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. I'm kind of nervous to talk with you, man. I'm only a little nervous because I've been watching hella a lot, and the movement you got going on, your independent grind, if you will, is just tremendous, man. You put in a lot of work, so I commend you for that, man. Round of a fucking applause.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. I mean, I know you and I are in completely different genres, but music lover is a music lover in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? And when I see a young artist that knows what they want and they're going for it and they're putting forward all the effort they possibly can, bro, I got to give it up to you one more time. One more time.
Humbled. Thank you.
Yes. So with that being said, if anyone out there sees me, hears me, do me a favor, share this 23 times in 23 different groups. There's a phone number scrolling across your screen. The hotlines are now open. If you have a question, comment, want to get involved in this conversation, just call that number anytime. I will answer, and you can jump in the conversation with Underground Nation Podcast with Jason Martin.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Jason, do me a favor, man. For everyone tuning in that may not be familiar with you or your work, give them a rundown. Who's Jason Martin?
So pretty much I am Colorado's self-sufficient, self-reliant,
There you
self-sustained
go.
artist.
That's a good word.
Um, yeah, pretty much. I knew when I first started getting into this that not only being an artist from Colorado, that the music was going to have to be excellent, but that in a way to kind of cut down costs and to just put the creativity with my vision on it exactly how I wanted to do it, that I had to have my hands in as many areas as possible. And though I don't recommend everybody do everything that I do, um, it's vastly worked out in my favor. So I'm a sound engineer, photographer, cinematographer,
Man,
slam poet, national competing, rapper, singer, pianist. Yeah, all that good stuff.
man, that's a hell of a resume, my man. That's a long resume.
I try
It
to
goes
stay
on.
busy. I try to stay busy.
Yeah, well, I would say that's why uh thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. I see you. I see you're busy. Every post you do, every live stream you're on, man, you're showing us kind of behind the scenes of what you're up to. And every time I'm just mind blown. Like, really? He can fucking play the keyboard, just hit the drum machine and do samples with his voice. I'm like, what? Get out of here, man. No way. This guy's a killer.
Yeah, man. It's been a really fun journey. I can't, now I'm finally in the position of where I can really start doing things the way I wanted to, but it's just been a fun journey and just been learning more and more and just getting better and better at what I do and just finding just new and innovative ways to integrate myself with technology and just create something different. So I'm nothing but gracious.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I gotta ask you, man, where did it all start? Because that resume is long, but I know it had to start somewhere at some time. And what age?
So I got my start very early when I was playing and singing and leading my choir in the
Oh,
church
damn.
at 14. Um,
14.
yeah, yeah. So I was playing, singing, leading the choir, teaching harmony parts, things of that nature. And my dad was a hip hop DJ, so he's worked with DMX, Ja
Oh,
Rule,
no
Pitbull.
way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you've been around
So
it all your life, you're saying.
in a way, my dad, but so my dad now is a pastor. But before that, like, yeah, he was in really, really heavy. And, I kind of just got a taste of it. My sister is a phenomenal vocalist and performer. So she does a lot of
Oh, man.
theater work and stage shows. And so it's always kind of been around me. And from there, so I first started off just playing piano, just dabbling and writing my own stuff, and then it kind of just transferred into something else. And from there, it's just blossomed and groomed.
Man, that's awesome. So it's in the bloodline, huh? So it just kind of runs through you. Can you I can
You
feel
know,
the rhythm in my soul.
yeah, I mean, my dad can't sing quite as good as me.
I bet if he was here, he'd disagree.
but, but yeah. So it's been a minute, and yeah. It started about there, and then from there, I went on to start doing slam poetry, which is where like I really started learning like the importance of really good writing, like really heavily crafted writing, and nationals. Competed in nationals with Most Def as my judge. Placed in the
Most
top
Def?
20. Yeah, yeah. hmm
What was that like? Did that change the game a little bit?
Oh man, like I'm not gonna lie. The very first time I started getting in a big head was because I was winning so much in competitions, in performing, which is never a good thing. I mean, it was great
Right.
that I was winning, but a big head is just not that's just not me.
Right.
Um, but because I can be really, really competitive, like I've had to learn how to just like chill out and cool out. So I met Mos Def, he was judging my stuff, he was critiquing my work. The thing that kind of sucks though was like when I do slam, it's just as much as the performing aspect as it is of the written aspect. So when we
Right.
actually were were doing it, they were just judging it solely on the written aspect. So like they don't hear this part I'm singing, this part I'm rapping, this part like I'm doing all this extra motions that really kind of speaks to the piece and makes it come alive. So I was disappointed.
Right.
But even still, it was a fantastic experience being able to compete with literally the best in the nation at the time, and it was just nothing but camaraderie. Like it's just kind of a feeling of unity, and
Right.
man, it was intense.
Man, that's a hell of a ride, man. I can only imagine the jitters you had going up and facing that fear, but you did it.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
and at that point, like I had been performing in front of folks for so long, whether it be church or performing in school, like it didn't really hit me. Like
right.
I probably get more nervous now because like I perform less than back
Okay.
then because I was literally like I got to go on tour in high school. Like they my school sent me
What?
on a tour. Yeah.
Dude, I
Um,
wish school loved me that much. Hold on.
man, they let me skip class to literally go on tour to different high schools, middle schools, talk to other kids my age, and just perform all around. And
Dude, that's
yeah, like
tight.
yeah,
Dude, I'm hella jelly right now. Real talk. Like,
don't be.
yo, I wanna go on tour in high school. That was always a dream of mine, you know what I mean? To be able just to go out of state at that.
Yeah.
I didn't leave the state till I was over 18. I never even knew that other parts of the world really existed. I thought it was just a myth. When I first saw the
Mhm.
beach, I didn't believe it. I just thought that beach wasn't real until I saw it and I felt it. You know what I mean?
Damn. That's
Coming up, poor, kind of mistreated by society and the public. You see that stuff on TV. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
that don't exist until you go out there and get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly. I felt the same way because I kind of come from a somewhat similar background, not quite poor, but just just not so well traveled until I got to a certain point. Next thing I know, it's like, oh, now I'm in California, I'm in Chicago, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. And I'm like, oh wow, this is different. And
Man,
yeah, like I just got to see people in a different light. I think that actually really helped me overall. Just like I don't know, I feel like especially in rap, sometimes like you kind of get in this box of like a persona
right?
of what
Yeah,
of what a real rapper or a real artist is supposed to be,
right.
and like you try to fit that mold, and then when it really comes time to innovate, it gets kind of hard to break away. And so I think like that helped me a little bit because I know like in what I do, especially in rap terms, I'm very kind of untraditional and I just kind of do whatever I want to do. But
Okay,
yeah, like I just kind of learned that, just kind of exploring and traveling a lot.
right. So you got a little rebel in you, and that's where you kind of let out that energy.
Yeah, I don't like,
Like I'm a road warrior, boy. Watch me travel this.
yeah, I don't like rules that much. If I don't, but,
Man, you're gonna be a cool dad.
ah,
Like, oh wait, the table's turned.
I know. I don't know if kids are in my. I don't know. I gotta think about that. That's a good question. I don't
No,
know.
no, I want to throw that out there to see what you would respond with, but I really had no idea. But
I have none. I have no kids. And yeah, like man, I'm probably gonna be an old dad, like for real.
well,
Probably be in my
good. I mean, that
40s,
means you're gonna be
50s.
well off. That kid's gonna be well off and doing better than give him better past or history coming up than what you may
Nope.
have experienced.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. He gonna go through it.
Oh,
Gonna
you're
go
gonna go
through it
through
the
it.
same. He gonna
Oh.
go through it the same way. I'm gonna bring him back to the dial-up days. You're gonna have to wait for the internet.
Like, Dad, I'm the only one with this shit. Come
Yep,
on.
it is what it is. Be accustomed.
Man, so I mean, thinking back as that kid, you know what I mean, having that chance to sing in the choir and going on tour and getting not much, but some recognition, man. Was that what motivated you to stay true to the gift of making music, or have other things piqued your interest?
I mean, that was definitely my initial push to let me know, like, wow, you could actually go for this, do it, and be successful at it. That was like my initial push. And from there, like when it came down to, I would actually say somewhat fairly recently within, the past like 4 or 5 years where it was like, wow, you can actually like really, really make money doing this, setting your own schedule, making your own terms. I guess that's that rebel in me again,
There it
you know,
is.
and I was like, wow, this like, wow, you can really sit up there and do it like this, and you don't even have to really be the artist. Like you
Right.
can just be behind the scenes guy, and you'll probably actually make more money than being the artist.
Right. I learned that. I learned that the hard way. That's for sure. The guys behind the scenes that put it all together and go through the struggle that no one really sees.
Mhm.
That's the guy with all the bread.
Yeah,
The guy that
man.
no one talks to that's hiding out in the back in the shadows.
Yeah, man. And I gotta give you props, bro. Like I've been on a lot of shows and a lot of live stream stuff. Yours is definitely the most professional.
Hey.
For real, for real. I'm like, okay, I see you. I see you with the logos and the audio sounding right. I know good
Yeah.
audio.
Oh yeah. Well, when music is your passion, audio is a big thing. And and it's such a blessing to say that I'm finally doing it full time and be able to put my full effort into audio and video and putting things together, which is why I was so excited to talk with you because I see you behind the scenes and you're letting not just me, you're letting everyone that wants to see. Um,
Mhm.
like for example, and I'll play a video of it, but you were in the studio and you were making samples and playing with keyboards and it was happening all at once. It seemed like you were just blah, 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 blah. I was like, this guy's a madman. How long did it take you to train and do stuff like that, man?
Man.
You're like, I just told you since I was 14.
Yeah, I mean,
but
yeah,
but I mean, getting hands on with equipment like that, I'm like,
it, it,
who the hell
it
taught you?
I mean, it took a long time. Like that's the one thing I hate about my videos is because everybody's attention span is so short. People don't
What?
really get to see like how much effort really goes into it because I got to condense it
Yeah,
down. Nobody's
yeah,
gonna watch and like unless if you're at the level of like a Ryan Leslie or a Mark Reblet, like nobody's gonna watch like that. And even those guys have to condense themselves down. And so like people don't get to see like the nights that I was like, man, this sucks. Man, this is just not good. Like they don't see
right.
all that. They see kind of like when the inspiration strikes and where I'm getting the momentum going. And and so they get the thinking of like, oh, this is done in like 5-10 minutes. No, 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 no.
Oh,
Uh I wish I do know people like, man, man, I gotta talk about it, man.
talk
I'm gonna
about
put
it.
it on. I'm gonna put it on blast. There
Oh,
was
damn.
a time where Colorado Springs was running the music scene, not Denver. It wasn't even close. This was when I was first kind of getting my feet wet, where you had the Reminders, Booney Mayfield, Kashmir Royale, Cameron Reeves, all those guys, and they were creating their own sound, their own thing, and they were all so incredibly musically inclinated that like, and it was just amazing just to watch and just to be a part of that moment, and like that's how I learned to be such a perfectionist in my craft because my
Yeah.
mentor is Booty Mayfield. So Booty Mayfield, for those that don't know, is a producer right here from Colorado who literally taught Warren G how to use the MPC.
What?
And yeah, like and Kashmir Royale, like these guys are like top of the Scorp Diesel, like these guys are the top of the line guys that are in the industry now and working and doing fantastic work. And they're all from
Wow.
Colorado Springs. And I got to be around them, get insight from them and create with them from time to time. And like
Right.
that really shapes me and helps me kind of get to where I wanted to be.
Dang. So how, if you don't mind me asking, how did you find yourself in position of having a chance to work with um individuals such
So
as that?
my in was actually through my sister. So again, my sister
Hey,
is,
sister.
yeah, like I'm not trying to show favoritism. I want to be as honest as possible. She is probably one of three of the best female vocalists that I have ever gotten to work with. And
Wow.
everybody was trying to work with her at that time because everybody wanted her voice on a hook or, on a track. And that was kind of how I got introduced. And then people saw what I did and they're like, yo, this kid's gonna be good. He's raw, he's rough around the edges, and he's got too big of a head right now. But he's gonna get there. And when he does, he's gonna do some crazy stuff. And I'm so gracious that they, took the time to open up their studios and share that knowledge with me and just let me be a part of that moment.
Man, that's incredible. Wow. Do you mind if I learn the name of your sister? You speak of her so highly. I'm curious.
Yeah, Cherish Martin. Cherish Martin.
Cherish Martin. I'm gonna look her up after this.
Oh yeah, yeah. She'll man, right now she's very heavy into theater and doing acting and then singing in theater. So that's where her passion is right now. But like, man, she's something else. She's sung national anthems at the arenas and yeah.
What? You mean like for football games and such?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I did one at the city. No, at the World Arena in Colorado Springs. I did that once, and then the city auditorium I did that a few times. Not the big stadiums yet, but she's done a few.
Yeah. Man, that's incredible for both of you. I bet your parents are hella proud. Like, man, look at my kids. I made that.
Like, why haven't you given me $1 million yet?
Hey, don't rush the process there, Pops. We're working on it. Oh, so impatient. But let's dive into this, man. And while it's playing, you and I will remain on the stage if that's okay with you, so we can kind of talk about it as we're watching it. But I want everyone to kind of see what I'm talking about and what he's explaining, because it may be a little difficult for those that may not be musicians or get involved too much with music. But look at this. Let me be. You don't care. Got the studio operating, just watching the levels right in front of you. Set me free. That's tight, man. Hitting the drums, making the voice.
I know from the movie Glory.
That build up, like what? And these are those gems that a lot of people want to see, but don't get to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, in 7-10 years from now, they're going to be able to see this, so they're going to be paying a lot of money to see it.
Hopefully one day.
Look at this, man. I always wanted a keyboard like that, but the vocal box, what do you call those? Oh yeah, that Zapp and Rogers sound, that West Coast feel. Oh, I want to do that so bad. With that keyboard. Surround me with liars, try to sell me nothing. Got multiple cameras on you. Like, what? Cause I want freedom. I got that blue mic. I always wanted that mic. It's so sexy. Hallelujah. 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 Blood moon with a black face ignited. Pop 3 times if you're ready for a riot. Bonfires a mix with a full clip. Run, tell masters that a cotton got a nest. Oh man, it's exciting, man. Like, you just see the build up.
Posters on trees, 20 G's for the entry. Soon I'll be more profitable than all the black jets.
Dude. Dude, tell me that ain't crazy. I mean, from an outsider's perspective, seeing a musician be able to get down like that, you know what I mean? Just one step at a time, all at the same time at that. It's building it up. It's incredible to watch, man.
Thank you. Yeah, man. Like, I have so much fun making tracks like that. Especially like I love it when like I sing first and then like I come through with some just crazy, ridiculous bars and everybody's like, yo, what's happening?
Just straight hit him with the 1-2 real quick. Set him up and knock him down.
You already know, man. Yeah, that one, man, I've had that one in the vault for a minute now because, like, you know, like that's the thing, man. Certain songs and certain feels from music, like, it just doesn't go away. And unfortunately, you know, I mean, I wrote it for, you know, the things that go on in this country with police brutality and things and injustices and things of that nature. And unfortunately, like, there's always going to be moments like that. So that song will never go away.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And which was what I wanted to kind of lean into, because I mean, we see so much diversity in your craft, right? I just wanted to kind of dive like straight to it with subjects such as that.
Okay.
And the world going on, you know what I'm saying, and having your talent. What would be your main message as a musician to your fans, man?
You know, the message kind of goes with me, and what I mean by that is, like, as I learn and go through things and go through struggles,
we learn it together.
That's exactly. So, like, I'm a big advocate for mental health. I'm an advocate for, you know, fighting against injustice and equal treatment amongst races. And, you know, due to just some recent things that happened, you know, I'm being an advocate for domestic violence and domestic violence amongst men. And so it's kind of whatever comes along, that's what I want to kind of give, because like that's that unique perspective. It's like I don't want, like, yes, I could, you know, talk about certain things that I find interesting, but it's very different when you're going through things. It's just a different feeling, and it just conveys a message that people can relate to a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I wanted to kind of bluntly ask you that question, just because I see, like I said, so much diversity, but I could see that you're trying to tell a story with each release. There's some sort of story involved, and being that you're behind the camera as well, I'm assuming that you're a part of the story development. Am I wrong?
Correct. Yeah. So, depends. Like, sometimes there is, and sometimes it's more sporadic.
Okay.
That's one of my things, is like I just don't, again, I just don't really play by the rule book. So like it's actually really hard for me to make an album that's coherent and consistent, because I just love music in so many different sounds in so many different ways. And like there's times where like there's tracks that I've written for other people that are like pop or Afro pop, even
wow.
rock tracks that I've written for people that.
So you work as a ghostwriter as well. Well, there you go, folks. Don't sleep on JSON Martin. Get some lyrics done.
Yeah, so it's like really hard for me to make a coherent stuff, because it's like, you know, just like you know, anybody else, like we all have moods where we want to do certain things and rock with stuff. So there's times where I want to dance, there's times where I want to fight, there's times where I want to cry, there's times where I want to feel like a winner, there's times where I want to feel like a loser. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's amazing. So being involved in that, and being, you know, like you said, wanting to dabble, if you will, into different sounds and try different things. Tell me, how was it getting involved in this whole choreography thing and working with dancers and making yourself become a dancer at that?
Man, first of all, shout out to my dance choreographer Janae with Bodyisms.
Hey,
Uh,
Janae.
she really helped me out because I was struggling,
Really?
and
Was is that, is that hard as they say it is, man? They
it
tried
it
to get me in that
I
stuff, and I
didn't
was
think,
like, nah, I'm too
man, I didn't think
fat.
it's the same with rap. Like everybody thinks they can rap
Oh yeah.
until they're challenged to rap well.
Right.
So everybody thinks they can rap until it comes time to rap well. So thinking same thing with dance. Like everybody's like, okay, I got my two step and going until like no, like you're actually with a whole group of people and everybody's watching you and you're the lead, so you better get it right. Like
The
it's
heat is out.
not that easy.
Hell
It was
no.
very hard.
Hell
It
no.
was hard for me, and I got rhythm and I got groove, but like man, like we legitimately worked for almost like 2.5 months to get that choreography right, and there were still parts where I was just a little bit shaky on, but again, I was like, you know what? Let me try something new. Let me try something different. Like I want to show people, the dedication level that I'm willing to go for. So, if it wasn't enough that I'm playing piano, if it wasn't enough that I'm singing, if it wasn't enough that I'm sound engineering and producing all this stuff, now you can watch me actually like dance and see like that's the dedication of where I'm willing to go for it. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you showed a little bit. I wish you would have showed a little more, like the struggles you're having behind the scenes and stuff. I mean, being a big dude, bro, myself, man, I was proud. I was like, look at this big motherfucker just getting down, like on his feet. I know it took you some time to get there, man.
yeah, I was trying to channel my inner Heavy D.
Hey, there you go. There you go. I'm a big Heavy D fan, man. I personally think Heavy D is hella slept on, but growing up, he was a huge
Man,
influence on
man,
my life for sure.
man,
Making fat kids look sexy.
man, dude, bro, that dude had footwork. Like I can never do that.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like I'll do some slick stuff, but I can't do all that. He was doing something different, man.
Yeah, I'm with that. That is very true. He was doing something very different. To this day, his style is very unique, and I still say very futuristic. And there'll never be another. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, man.
R.I.P. Heavy D.
Yeah, rest in peace to the legend.
Man, but speaking of legends and such, because you're a legend in the making right now, talking to him in the freaking, you're not even near catching all your shine. You're just in the beginning, in my opinion. Who are your main inspirations looking back growing up? Like, man, I want to be like that guy one day. Or her.
Prince.
Hey, so you've been wanting to dance. You're like, I'm
maybe,
gonna do that shit. You made that shit
maybe
a goal.
dancing Prince, like he be doing, he be on some, but Prince, Kanye West, and Mystical.
Kanye when it first came out, or Kanye today?
A little bit of both. More when he first came out.
I had to ask just because you were talking about the rebel stuff earlier, and that's kind of where he's at today.
Yeah. I mean, and then Mystical,
Mr. Cal,
and Timbaland. I was a big Timbaland.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So, out of all those artists, who would you say you would give anything you have right now to have a collaboration with them tomorrow, including here or passed on?
Prince. Yeah, in fact, hold on.
Oh shit! What you got in that studio? It looks nice, man. Is that?
Thank you. So this
I'd be motivated all the time sitting in that room.
This is the actual newspaper that came out when he passed away.
No way. The Wall Street Journal.
All of the newspapers from when he passed away. I have all the magazines that got printed from when he passed away. So like these are probably worth a lot right now, but in a few years, like it's gonna be worth a lot more. So like all of these, like I keep these in the studio.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, there's just certain people like, and I kind of relate to Prince better than because so many people like think that Prince was in Michael's shadow, and in a certain
Right.
sense he was, but like I don't think people really understood like how innovative and creative Prince really was, and like all the work, like the amazing amount of catalog he has that he created solely by himself with no help whatsoever.
Right.
Like it's just like, matter of fact, here you go. There you go. Right above the studio there.
Dang.
Yeah.
Man, there's motivation all over that room.
Yeah, man. I got I call my home studio the studio gallery.
Sure.
And yeah, got legends all over, all around, everywhere. Creates just a different vibe.
Incredible. Keeping the spirits with you. Yo, Jason Martin, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Everyone out there, go ahead, drop Prince in the comments. RIP Prince, RIP Heavy D. So many inspirations that helped inspire so many upcoming artists like Jason Martin, just helped create a whole new sound. And we're definitely behind them here at Underground Nation Podcast and Underground Nation Magazine.
Every occasion, it's my day one. Nothing sweet if we don't play fun. Ask anyone, we don't flop, we can top anyone. From the day one, day one, day one. From the day one, day one, day one. From the day one, day one, day one. From the day one, day one. Cream of the crop right here. Folks coming at this from the pot right here. And you know you on top out there. When your haters get props and your ops trying to chill. Got me feeling like the best. I've been top shot since elementary. Since 10, I was zooming through the stratosphere. Now elevation sickness is a status, yeah. Oh, you must have it, oh. Everything I do, bless, get 7-fold. Just a pause like
let's go! Share! Comment below! Jason Martin!
That ain't something I know. Every time I step back, it's my show. From the day one, I've been on my top A1. Been the main one, making moves every occasion. That's my day ones. Nothing sweet if we don't play fun. Ask anyone, we don't flop, we can top anyone. From the day one, day one, day one. From the day one, day one, day one. From the day one, day one, day one. From the day one, day uno. Push a ball through my circles, no sumo. Whole squad, top dogs, back on Cujo. Tell me who gon' pop by with my team Pluto. Kill the doubt, what we talk about. I do it for business, you do it for clout. Got used to the limits, now those limits is my lounge. Acclimated to the status, built a kingdom from my couch. Now I re-up when I lounge. Put my feet up on my doubts. And she let it twerk it out. Cat fans from the gram. Now she telling my accounts. Sin City Bitty, I got Biggie for my city. You don't need some type of degree just to read the room. I be getting litty like Diddy when he shimmy. Man, my own lane, don't care what them people do. Level up. She make her out of tighter if I'm showing up. I dig it, but I'd rather have a platter for the rush. So I told her, add it up. I'm the man, I'm the brand and the chin. I'm the rap and the map, I'm the march and the band. 100 moves, 100 plans, just to make 100 bands. A1, nothing less, can't lose, can't miss. From the day one, I've been on my top A1. Been the main one, making moves every occasion. Spending ain't none, but I'd rather buy something, pay up. Yeah, my girl top gun, like your girl, she'll top A1. From the day one, day one, day day one, day one, day one. Now run it back like, oh. Now run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it back. Now run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it back. Now run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it back. Now run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it back. Level up.
And we are back. Bounce Ball Boogie, your host with the ghost. Special guest Jason Martin. Bro, that I had to switch the music video up because we were talking about it. I'm like, yo, I gotta show him this shit. It's like this guy got down like a motherfucker for real.
Man, I love that video, man. If people actually knew how much I spent to get that video done.
Now I have to ask, what was the approximate cost? Because it's amazing.
$600.
I thought you were gonna say more than that.
When you own your own,
I was like, he's about to drop a huge number.
man, when you own your own, you can make anything happen. When you have that entrepreneur mindset, you can do whatever, man. Like, yeah, the dancers was like, me getting the training and working with the dancers was the most expensive part.
I can imagine.
It was just networking and negotiations.
Oh, a bit of a salesman, are we?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, now I'm really curious. So if you weren't, focusing on music and media and video and all the entertainment stuff, what would you be doing?
That's a really good question.
Heck, I have to oh, you're a salesman, huh? So,
I mean, that's hard to say. That's a really good question. I think, like, if I could, yeah, I would probably like sell like real estate or something like that.
Oh, there you go, real estate license. You probably should do that anyway. Fuck yeah,
it might be the bag. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the best job I ever had was actually working at Best Buy, because like they really taught me the value of selling value instead of just being a salesman. Because salespeople try to sell you something, but a real salesman will have you sell something to yourself. Like, you don't even have to try. And so, like, all it was just a bunch of networking and negotiation. So, like, I have my own production team. Those are the guys that actually shot the video. And, like, how that works is it's pretty much a one hand washes the other type of thing. They help me with projects. I help them with theirs. And, just a lot of networking. And, I was able to partner with Beta and work with the owner. Yeah, and work with the owner and have them sponsor and, have them, GBL Studios, have them sponsor. And, like, yeah, like, it literally cost practically nothing for what that video was.
That's awesome,
so, like, yeah.
Man, I would love to work at Best Buy too. If I had those skills, like, hold on.
Man, I'm telling you, like,
that's how, friends, huh?
That's how, like, whenever, like, because now, whenever I'm not making music, essentially I'm in like creative media. So like it's artistic media for companies and content creation. So like I go to different businesses and companies and say, hey, your website, your social media, you got to have content because that's what's going to bring people in. And like I give them a whole spiel and like that's what literally pays my bills. And like because I'm just so good at it and I'm really just good at showing them like the value of the work that I do and how much it can really help them, like they're just like, let's go. It's not even like hard for me to do.
Dang, that's incredible. So does that content creation and that kind of creativity fall under, is that your main focus with it, is with your branding?
Yeah, I mean, from purely a business side of things, content creation for companies has been what I've really been diving into because there's just so many opportunities in that realm, and there's just so many just things you can really just make money at, whether it's corporates stuff, or creating commercials for folks or headshots. Like it just goes into so many different realms. And because I do this stuff for myself artistically anyway, and I have the knowledge, it's like, why not profit from it? So I've just been really on that, and I just got put in a position to direct my first full-on indie film. It's going to be one of the first of its kind here, shot in Denver.
Indie film, you say?
Yeah, like we
Is
have
it like a full-blown movie?
Yeah, it's going to be pitched to Netflix and to Amazon. We have a full-on airport and airplanes, mansions, full production crew, actors that have full SAG credentials, and I was given the opportunity to direct the whole thing and produce music for it. So,
Congratulations, man.
yeah, man, I am super
No
excited.
wonder you've been smiling this whole time with no stress. No stress over here.
Yeah,
Living the dream. That's crazy. That's incredible.
Yeah, we start next month. Yeah, we start next month.
Oh wow, we better enjoy the downtime. This is about to get crazy.
It is, my man. I'm gonna be flexing. I'm gonna be on a private plane, like, y'all ain't do nothing to make it here. Even though I'm renting this plane, but still, you ain't do nothing.
Hey. Well, if you have some openings on that team, Jason Martin, go ahead and let Bounce Ball Boogie know. We could put something together. Hey.
Just come through. Just flat out come. Like, we're actually going to do a day where we're going to invite the general public to like a scene of the taping, because what ultimately I want to show people is you don't have to go to Atlanta, you don't have to go to New York, you don't have to go to Hollywood. We can build this right here. We honestly can. There's just a whole lot of egos and a whole lot of unprofessionalism, and you got to get around the right people. But the truth is, with technology the way it is, you don't need you don't need $1 million budget to do crazy things these days. You really don't.
Dude. So story is that me and my Splash Bro, Jay Kidd, we've been building up our film studio here in Denver, right? And that was our whole thing, is to bring Hollywood to Denver, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But it's to show these artists that you don't have to, like you just said, go out. You don't have to go to Atlanta. You don't have to go to LA. There's no special place you have to go to get this type of production done, man. Just that fact right there mind blows so many people to a point it's still in non-belief even after the fact they see it.
Man, it's the same thing. I get it, because it's if you're not in it and you're not in the room working it, and you don't see the contracts and you don't see what's being created, you just kind of are skeptical. But it's the same thing. I tell photographers this all the time. I tell photographers, listen to me. Listen. In about 5 to 10 years, typical DSLR mirrorless cameras are going to be obsolete.
Really?
You're going to be able to shoot everything on your phone, and it's going to have the same, more or less, the same quality at a fraction of the cost.
Right.
I can show you stuff that I have shot on my phone that you would be like, there is absolutely no way you shot that on your phone. I'm like, 100%.
Dude, shout out real quick to my boy Nico Music. Nico, I don't know if you're familiar with Nico. He works out here in Denver as a videographer as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he did my music video called Breathe, which in my opinion has been my biggest production to date. And I say that, and at the whole time he pulled out his phone and shot the whole thing on his phone. In the beginning, I was like, bro, I'm paying you how much? That's what you're using? Where's the big hefty what the? And that shit came out so freaking 3D and virtually intact. I was like, what? To this day, I look at that video, I'm like, what the freak? Because compared to my other videos, they had all those big fancy cameras, right? So you have this image in your head as an artist, what to expect. But then a cat comes in and changes the game with something so simple like that, where literally anyone could go to the store and purchase a phone, right? It just blows my mind having that technology, and a lot of people sleep on it.
Yeah, and like that's why I try to tell. I really am a huge advocate of telling artists like, listen, stop being like, it's great that you want to be a rapper. It's great that you want to be a
Absolutely.
singer. You have to expand your knowledge about how this whole industry works. It's a whole industry that's around that has nothing to do with rapping and singing because that's what's going to give you the advantage. Like, I can't tell you how many rappers I come across that don't know music theory, that don't know anything about production, that don't know anything about engineering, and they're always whining and complaining, well, I'm always spending all this money. And it's like, dude, you could probably save yourself
Right.
tens of thousands of dollars easily. You could just go to YouTube. You don't even got to go to college no more. You
Right.
really don't. You could just go to YouTube, ask a question, and there is somebody somewhere in the world that has made a very detailed video that you can watch, and all you need is a $70 internet package a month.
Absolutely. So let me get your opinion on this, Jason, if you don't
Mhm.
mind me kind of going in this direction. Is that type of mindset, right, came from the generation before us, I'll say.
Yep.
I haven't asked how old you are, but before us. So they had this mindset of seeing their parents struggle, go to the 9 to 5, go through the juke and jive, you know what I mean, just to get through that shit, you know what I mean? And they have the same expectation after high school. I'm gonna go get that job. I'm gonna, kind of follow the routine, you know what I mean, if you will.
Mhm.
But having that and then showing them the technology like we're talking here and how simple as just going to a website like YouTube, you can find a whole college degree on YouTube. So let me ask you this: what would you say as a mentor, as an upcoming artist? What would be the one main thing to focus on?
First biggest thing to focus on, I would say,
Absolutely.
again, just like, look, we all know you want to be the biggest rapper. We all know you want to be the biggest singer. But
Right.
at the end of the day, you can still, the chances of you succeeding greatly increase the more your knowledge is. So if you're just on this, like, I don't want to be mean, but there's a lot of rappers I just can't stand working with because all they talk is rap.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, I'm the best this, I'm the best that, I'm rapping like this, I'm rapping like that. And like, that's cool, bro. But guess what? You're also giving hundreds, if not thousands of dollars away to an engineer that you could probably do it for yourself for literally $700-800. But because you just put so much of your focus in on just this one aspect of it, you're kind of missing the bigger picture of everything. I would strongly suggest everybody, look, stop being in such a traditional box and start thinking outside of it. Like, it's, I know it's not quote unquote cool to know music theory. I know it's not quote unquote cool to sing and play an instrument, but that's the stuff that's going to really make you stand out and do something different so that when you're in a crowd of people that do the exact same thing you do, and some of those people are better at it than you,
Yep.
you're going to be able to pull something out of your hat and be able to stand out in a crowd. So educate yourself, learn some music theory, learn to play an instrument, learn something else just besides the main part of the craft, rapping, singing, that you can actually really capitalize on.
Right. Right. And that kind of bounces back to what I would say is to be prepared to take an L, be ready to fail, because you know what I mean. You're not gonna really, you're not gonna learn if you don't go out there and try. I mean, you can you can sit here all day and watch the YouTube. You can take the notes. You can study,
Mhm.
study, study. You can hit up Jason. You can hit up me. You can hit up Underground Nation magazine. You can hit up all these different people. But until the point where you say, I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone, I'm gonna give it a shot, I'm gonna put everything I got into it, I'm gonna fail. But when I fail, I'm gonna learn what not to do to come back the next day stronger and keep coming back with that same energy, that same momentum. A lot of people take that first L, they get stuck on it because it hurts their feelings, right?
Yep.
And then that's when they back up. Like, don't back up. Stop backing up. I did it too. I'm no better. I did it too. Plenty of times.
And man, like, yeah, everybody that is successful has had to take a leap of faith and jump and just ultimately go the extra mile. I mean, the perfect example of that is Tyler Perry.
There you go.
Literally, like, dude is laughing at everybody right now. Like, I don't care if you like his movies or not. Like, dude literally was writing his own stuff, writing the music, learning how stage and theater and plays work, learning how film works, and like just took a little bit and just grew it from the ground up. And like now he's literally looking at everybody else like, told y'all. And like, and that's, I think that's a really good lesson too, is like sometimes, especially I've seen this happen a lot where people just get caught on the views and the preconceived notions of success. Oh, I got this many views, I got this many streams, I got on this show, I performed for this amount of people. And it's like, understand this is a marathon. And the way that the music industry is set up, there's a way where so many artists are appearing that they are winning and they're losing. So yeah, you've got the streams, you've got the likes, you've got the followers and all that, but you're not making a dime from what you're doing. Man. And then there's people that might not have anywhere near as much likes, anywhere near as much followers, but guess what? They're running shows and they're sound engineering for these shows and they're filling their pockets and paying their bills literally with their passion. Meanwhile, you got the likes, you got the popularity, go for it, bro. But guess what? You still got to work a 9-to-5 job. And eventually everybody, I don't care how much you love this.
Yep.
When you're talking 20, 30 years, you're not going to be able to keep that sustainable if you don't find some substance to this thing. And that's one of the reasons why, like, you know, I've kind of gotten out of like a lot of the rap competitive game because I used to be super competitive and like I've rapped with the best, I've beaten the best, and
watch out now.
That doesn't impress me no more. Like, because yeah, so what? I beat you in a cipher. So what? I beat you in a cipher. I beat you in a battle. So what? We both went home broke that night.
Yeah.
I got bragging.
Well, you get bragging rights.
Yeah, like, all right, cool. Sure. What's that going to matter in 5 years? We're still in the same. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're still in the same state, same city, performing at the same venues, talking about the same. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, ultimately, always keep your eye on. Don't fixate on just the superficial aspects of this, and that's really hard to do with social media the way it is set up. But don't fixate on that. Fixate on like the actual journey and the progression of everything, because you know, like, I don't know. I just feel multiple ways about it, but like, yeah, just don't get caught up on it.
Right. Don't get caught up. I think that's easier said than done. I think it's all mental, really. All mental.
Really
all in your head. Self-doubt really a lot.
Yeah. And I get that, like, you know, because again, I used to have the biggest head, like, for real, I really did. So like, I just started and it was when I started getting around people that were just so much better than me, and 2, where it was like, you know, life hits, and it's like, okay, you're 20-something years old now, and you don't have no car. You living at home with your mama, whatever that, and oh, but you're a good rapper though.
Right. Well, you know, I can relate to that a lot. I believed in my so on skills so much where I lost my car, I lost my house, I lost all those things, and I took that L. You know what I mean? And I even had to take 2-3 years to kind of step back out of the game and kind of reanalyze myself as a person, which I think some people get stuck there, still trying to find themselves, and that's how they kind of get stuck in some kind of comfort zone. You know what I mean, during that process. But when you bounce back and come back, man, it's a feeling. It's a high.
Yeah, And I think some of the reason why that is because, like, again, we were talking a little bit about like how the older generation, especially in music, did things, and it's like
Right.
this narrative that we buy into that, oh, you're gonna have to struggle for your art, like you're gonna have to live in your car, and you're gonna have to do. It's like, let me tell you something, like you live in your car, how are you gonna be in the studio? Like you don't have to do it that way. You
Right.
really don't. You don't have to like be in complete lack and complete destitute and struggle trying to make it as a rapper, a singer. There's a whole, literally the world is at your fingertips. What I'm holding in my hand right now with this phone, it's at your fingertips. It's a different ball game.
Right.
Like you can still, yeah, you're gonna have to put in time and work 100%.
Yeah. That's the
But
point. That's the part no one wants to do. That's the
yeah,
part no one wants to do. They want to be able to put a record out real quick, you know what I mean? And they want it done overnight with no marketing behind it, no team involved, just thrown
talk
out
about
there.
it.
And yo, I'll say this. Last time I was on the subject with the individual, they put all this money into this project, and it was a dope project.
Mhm.
I'll give them that. Sounded great, audio quality on point. The cover art was amazing. And then I approached them, about marketing it, and they said no. I put my faith in, in the universe, and I'm like, that's great, but there has to be work behind it to get that achievement.
Yeah.
And I get personal beliefs and such, and I say there's a fine line between that and excuses, man. Just because you've been done dirty in the past or you got scammed by someone else, which you don't want, you have trust issues. I get that. I get that 100%. But if you were to kind of let go a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Sit down with someone, go through a strategy, talk about what can be done, what to look out for. That's where the trust could be built up by putting it all on paper right in front of you and then putting it into action. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just taking your money and say, this was going to happen, talk to you in 7 days. You know what I mean? That's where a lot of cats get lost, man. Just trying to wanting to find
And,
someone to trust, but they got that bad taste in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? From someone that was just hustling
and I get it, but like, and that's, and like, I hate to say
them.
it, but like, that's nowadays, that's where the money is hustling the dream chasing artist. That's the money. That's the business.
Yeah,
So if
I was a
I can,
sucker too, man.
and I know it's like it really does. I
Yeah.
get it. Like I've been on that receiving end, but it's like,
Mhm.
there's a lot of people in this business that make very, very good money preying off of people's dreams, which is again why I just advocate knowledge so much. Like you can go on YouTube, you can type in marketing, you can there's tons of people and firms like, yeah, marketing is gonna cost you some money. It's gonna cost
Yep.
money. It is what it is. There's ways you can, lighten that load, but it is what it is. Um,
He has to be there
yeah,
all the
but
time,
that's
some
there.
way, some sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be there.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I've seen a lot of great artists, a lot of great projects get thrown at the wall, and that's where it stayed, right there on the wall, man. Just because they didn't put the action needed to have it move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And
it's
and I'm
hard. It's hard to figure it out.
and and
I get it's
I
intimidating somewhat.
100% relate because I am the creative guy. I've never been the marketing guy, but it was like once I started seeing like that, I was getting lost in the sauce, and it was like it didn't matter how, in a way, it didn't matter how talented I was or how good the project was.
Right.
It's the same to 2,000 people heard it. Uh,
Right.
and so I mean, I still am a believer that truly great, amazing, innovative music will still win in the end, but
Yeah.
there still has to be that marketing aspect and that marketing component,
Yeah, there's just
in
too
order
many.
to get
There's too
the,
many others, man, and that's why they
yeah,
say. That's why people get upset, saying, "Oh, how come this guy made it? He sucks." Well, he made it because they put in the effort, they put in the time. You know what I mean? He let
like
go some of that pressure to someone else, just so they could get a little piece of the cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the best analogy or scenario that I can paint that's so similar to that is like girls trying to get on OnlyFans. It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you want to get on OnlyFans, you're buying into the narrative that if you show your body, you're going to be able to make 15 to 20K a month. But guess what? You're competing with stuff that's already out there for free, and that stuff that's out there for free is done by professionals that do things a whole lot better than you. So you don't have to find a way to make it work, boo boo. Uh,
Right.
so it's so similar because it's like girls got OnlyFans, guys have SoundCloud.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna switch that up real quick. Hold on. That could be successful. Sleeping on myself.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, I got my video, man. There we go. I got these new bounce ball boogie banana hammocks coming out. We could definitely help launch that line.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and sponsor a girl. Go ahead. Make her. There you go. That's what it is.
That's what it is, man. Yo, stepping into the love line. I mean, you mentioned you didn't have any kids earlier, and I don't want to know. I'm not going to ask if you're in a relationship right now. But let's say you weren't, and you're single, and you're just single as a bird. Who would you date as a celebrity date or celebrity crush, if you will? Who would that person be?
Yeah. That's a good question.
I know I had to ask. We dove in.
It's like celebrity crush. Man, I'll be real. I have not had a celebrity crush since Gabrielle Union. I'll be
really
real. Like I don't know. Like I'm all just about like I find beauty in the ordinary.
Right.
I'm saying like I find beauty in the undiscovered. Like that's why when I shot like my project New York, like everybody knows of the Butterfly Pavilion. Nobody shoot there.
Those cute butterflies.
It's beauty in the ordinary that everybody passes up and doesn't think twice about, but like it's just something like I see it, I'm like, wow, has anybody really done that? Has anybody discovered that? And so it's like the same with women. Like I've dated a lot of very, very attractive, beautiful women, and like
blessings.
Yeah, like that I feel would give a lot of these celebrity girls a run for their money, and it's like, and they're fine without the money.
Yeah. There it is, all natural, if you will.
Exactly. Yeah, you feel me?
Absolutely. But yeah, you're right though. A lot of those things are just there, like the Butterfly Pavilion. It's there. Anyone can pay to get in, and awkwardly enough, there's a phone number that everyone could call and kind of go up to the chain, that pecking order, and get to the guy. How much to rent this place for an hour?
Yeah, man. And like again, that's another one. Not a dime, sir. Not a dime.
Not a dime. Well, it's not even that. Sometimes they have the dime and they're just scared to have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like they have intimidation to go out and shake someone's hand that they never met before, or just have a random conversation with a stranger. And it can be a little more intimidating when you talk to a stranger, knowing you're about to talk to them that has deep pockets.
And like, and I mean, in a way, I get it. Like especially from a rap perspective, it's kind of a more of a feminine type of vibe. But like, I don't know. I always just thought the concept of like butterflies flying around me was just dope. So I was just like, whatever. Like, I'll just make it happen.
Well, with that being said, Jason Martin, thank you for that nice lead into the video. Next commercial break before we say goodbye to all the viewers and subscribers here on Underground Nation Magazine. We have the video, New York. You ready, Jay?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Body like a foreign, eyes like a solicitor calling me. Can I see your body light up in the moonlight? And like the river Jordan, splashing when you flick, you're flowing free. Can I see the color of your sheets if the mood's right? Now that the pen is right, no need to flex, put shows on, girl, you too ill. Now that the pen is right, come on for me and you. Passing bodies by lines, makes me think time we losing by being chill. Now that the pen is right, what do we gotta lose? I wanna show you how you, the way you make me feel. It's like neon in Tokyo, we can shine through our city lights in blue. We feel, do it like New York, 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 New York. Squeeze the side of passion like lights up in Bandon, Rouge to Tampa. What it takes in Miami, down at MT, chillin' in Atlanta. Maybe it's your body and she vibes like Dallas, or maybe your aura that puts me in the mood to crash over you like waves in Georgia. Can I get it in the morning? Sun is glowing at 8:03. Can I be the first thing you see when you first rise? Yeah. Can I see you glowing, shining like city lights in New Orleans? Can I make your heart skip a beat, give you butterflies? I wanna show you how you, the way you make me feel. It's like neon in Tokyo, we can shine through our city lights in blue. We feel, do it like New York, New York, New York, New York, New York, like New York, like New York, New York. Make it glow bright, pressing on your soul, like moving like a show, like body like it's low tech, but I'm trying to know stop. Bigger that's on oh my, Make it glow bright, pressing on your soul, like moving like a show, like body like it's low tech, but I'm trying to know stop. Bigger that's on oh my, When you do it, 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 do it. When you do it, 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 do it. When you do it, 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 do it. When you do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. I wanna show you how you, say you make me feel. It's like neon in Tokyo, shining like neon, lights in blue. We feel. New York, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York.
Yo, shout out to our sponsors, Fantastic Photos. They are absolutely amazing and got so many cool things going on. Make sure you call that phone number to go and book your photography time as soon as possible. They got a special deal now for 30% off. Here, it's one more time. Yo, so we are back. That was Jason Martin with New York in the Butterfly Pavilion. That was freaking amazing. So I took my kids to the Butterfly Pavilion a few 100 times, and I can say that when the butterflies are flying around you and they land in your hands and on your head and stuff, it's a pretty cool feeling. They're like attracted to your vibes. But anyhow, seeing them in the video here, I was like, whoa, they were just flying all around him, coming out, shooting out from his sides and jumping on his hands and hanging on to his hair as he's singing and such. I mean, they were really feeling the vibe there. So that was a really dope cut by Jason Martin there in New York. Definitely creative as hell. I've been watching this kid for quite some time, and I have to say that was freaking amazing. The New York in that Butterfly Pavilion, definitely getting creative. And I lost. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we are. Jason, I was talking about being at the Butterfly Pavilion myself with the kids and such, and they would always, butterflies land on your shoulders or on your head. Was it awkward for you to have? Well, I don't know. Was there music playing while you were filming, and did that attract or scare the butterflies in any kind of way?
Yeah, we did have the music playing. There is so much footage that we, threw away because
Really?
man,
The butterflies are in the way.
it was like, well, no, it didn't mind that they were in the way. It was like they were crawling on the back of my neck and like around my ear, and like I like couldn't perform. It was freaking me out.
Wow.
And there was like this weird moment where like they kind of made like a typhoon around me, and like I was just freaking out. I was not doing well, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good idea," but I just didn't think it was gonna come with all of this.
So I have to ask, do you think it was the music and your vibe they're attracted to, or they're like attacking you, trying to make it stop? Like, go away, guy.
I think I was the only person. It was just me and like 4 other people in there. I heard something along the lines of like, um, they are deficient in sodium. So like if you're sweating, like when they actually land on you, they're actually like tasting you.
Oh, I didn't know
Because
that.
yeah. So like they're actually like tasting you, and they're trying to get that extra sodium from your sweat. And
Wow.
I think that
Molested by a butterfly.
I didn't know that until afterwards, because I was like, why is this happening right now? I was like, must be a blessing or an anointing. They're just all here.
They just want to consume a part of your soul, Jason.
I know, man.
Jay, it's been an amazing time talking with you here tonight. I want to leave you with this. At the end of the podcast, I'm gonna put you up on the screen. I'm gonna drop back to the backstage, and if you had one message, one final message, I mean, we're about to blow up in the next 8 seconds, and you had one last message to everyone that's watching, all your fans across the world, what would it be?
Trust in God, follow your passion, and just keep moving forward. It's going to be tough. There's going to be things you're going to have to go through to get there. But understand, you can't have the promise of purpose without pain.
That's true. Got to be ready to take that L. Take it like a champ.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, Jason Martin, it's been an incredible conversation with you. If you are interested in subscribing, go find Jason Martin. That's JSON Martin. And you can find him all over YouTube, Spotify. I mean, I'll let you do it. You tell him.
Man, you can find me anywhere and everywhere. Jason Martin, JSON MARTIN. You can find me on Spotify, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Tinder, all that good all that good stuff. And yeah, it's Jason Martin, JSON MARTIN. I made sure to make everything super easy for you to find. You can also connect and get all of my social media links via my link tree, and be on the lookout for my up and coming project, Night Fives and Low Fives.
Man, there it is. When's that dropping?
So it's going to drop as singles. So I'll be releasing 2
Ooh.
and a visual every 3 weeks for 5 months.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, man. There has to be some kind of. I need to figure out where to subscribe to keep up with this. Is there a newsletter?
Yeah, we're going to be taking in email list, and there will probably be a newsletter that we'll be working on, and there'll just be a full-on itinerary and calendar that people can actually just download onto their phone, and they'll be able to keep up with everything.
That's incredible. Well, man, I'm excited for you, Jason Martin. We're going to be watching here at Underground Nation magazine, and we will be featuring you in an upcoming edition, and we'll let you know when that's going to be dropping so you can add that to your catalog.
Yes.
And we're just happy to be a part of it, man. Thank you so much for believing in me, believing in us, and believing in our community, man, to help us grow, man. Much love to you, Jason.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be here, and thanks so much for just giving me the opportunity.
Oh, man, many blessings. This is long overdue, and I can't wait to follow up with you in maybe 6 months, man.
Absolutely. I'm ready for it.
Woo, let's get it. Everyone, Jason Martin. That was the Whoopcast, a podcast full of whoop ass. Make sure you tune in with the Whoopcast, hosted by me, our alter ego, Shoots Canoots, with my partner. Damn, I went blank. I was like, I thought he was going to say it. I'm like, wait, he's not even fucking here. Damn, I guess I can take all the goddamn shine. That's right. Sorry there, Jerry Bear. It Shoots Canoots, and I get to go ahead and take all the shine tonight. No, really, though. Whoopcast, a podcast full of whoop ass, bringing you all the ultimate fighting, wrestling, all the hype, all the fights, and you can definitely hear the live commentary from the Whoopcast. That's right. We have a lot of amazing things. If you're an artist, entrepreneur, you're a startup business, you would like to get more involved and active online or with the magazine, you can send your content over to UGNPODCAST@gmail.com. If you can, please link us to your YouTube account. Let us see what you're working with. That would be the easiest way. Then we could also play all of your content here on the podcast. If you have any questions of how you can be involved as a sponsor, you can call us here on this number, 720-251-2669. Shout out to our sponsors, fantastic photos, and also make sure you visit GetFitFatKid.com.
Smoking with the best, hold it down for the weed pimps. It's okay, your chest. You're not smoking with the king streak, smoking with the king streak, big king streak. That'll blow your mind, and the weed'll get you lifted.
That's right. You can see me, Bounce Ball Boogie, lose 40 pounds in 57 days by using the Body Beast. Now, the Body Beast looks simple. It does. But once you go face to face with the beast, you can feel the power that gives you. You can feel the strength that it helps you gain in a little amount of time and a little amount of effort. For real, I was working three nights a week for 20-30 minutes. And it's all documented. In which, if you go now to getfitfatkid.com/body beast, you will be able to purchase your Body Beast. That's right. And have it arrived in the mail. And then you'll be able to get invited to our private Facebook group and be able to see us go through the struggle. So we're not just telling you buy this thing because it works. We're telling you to buy this thing and go through it with us. That's right. It is a journey. I was 400 pounds, and I started with my good friend Deuce McGuire. And Deuce McGuire helped me get kicked into pace and helped me drop over 30 pounds. And now I'm down to 330 some, which was 40 pounds less than when I started the Get Fit Fat Kid campaign supporting the Body Beast and the creation of it. They're amazing, and you should definitely go over and get yourself one. It's only $50, and for that $50, you'll be able to get that piece of equipment to help you build your own home gym. It also easily breaks down to put in your suitcase to take on the road. You can have your office turn into a gym as well. For only 20, 30 minutes a day, you can have results like this. You can even see it in my face. Like, if you look for real, for real, you can see it in my face, man. I see them. I look at myself in the screen and I'm like, damn, look at you, bounce ball. Dropping that weight. And you know, I can feel it. Like dropping the weight, I really could feel a difference in my music. Like when I'm recording, dude. Whew, I got a new website dropping. You can go see the old one right now. We're gonna set up I don't know, some kind of fancy event to show you the new website, bounceballboogie.com. Whole new merch line is gonna drop, which is gonna be completely exclusive for spring and summer. So definitely jump in, man. Get your Boogie merchandise. I have Boogie hoodies going to be on sale here going into spring, which is going to be fucking dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Just because, you know, spring's around the corner and it's going to be hoodie weather. And I want you supporting the Boogie hoodies because every Boogie should be in a hoodie. Let's just be real. That's right. Go to bounceballboogie.com. You can join my newsletter and be able to get involved in all the amazing stuff that's coming out. That's right. We got new music videos, new music, new sounds for TikTok. New content is dropping left and right. With that being said, I'm Bounceball Boogie, your host with the Ghost. Underground Nation magazine. Go to UGN-MAG.com and you can show your support to the Underground Nation there. Or you could go to patreon.com/UGNMag. And for $5 to $10, you can get a digital or physical, possibly both, copy of Underground Nation magazine. If you're an artist or business entrepreneur of some sort, you want to be involved and connect with the people, send us an email to UGNPodcast@gmail.com. It's been fun, ladies and gentlemen. If you see me, you hear me, you feel me, share this to all your people. We are broadcasting not only on social media, but on Roku, Amazon Fire, Android, and Apple TV. Simply download the Boxcast app and search B303 TV.
The fuck are you doing?
What?
We just got done working out. What are you flexing for?
Them. Look, they're watching.
What the fuck? Where the fuck are you? Why are you watching us?
I don't know. Flex for them.
How long have they been watching us?
I don't know, but I feel good.
We start losing weight. You just want me to start flexing for people?
Yeah. Give me back. I think that's what they do. Fucking tough. If you want to get buff like us, fucking
That's right.
Go to getfitfatkid.com and get your Body Beast pre-ordered starting March 5th.
March 5th, pre-orders available. This is the time to take action, to get yourself on the journey, to get yourself through the struggle of losing that weight and gaining mass strength with the Body Beast.
Yeah, you want to look like this. Look at these guns.
You want your belly that's hanging over your waist to pick up the fuck up. You want that belly up. You want that pito out. This is your chance to get the Body Beast.
March 5th, get your pre-orders at getfitfatkid.com.
That's right, get your pre-orders. Shipping out in the next 2 months. You'll have yours going into the third, and that's when we'll be dropping all of our content. How you can see me starting at 400 pounds, dropping all the way down to 330.
I feel sexy in this pose right now.
Dude, you look like you're about to catch hella waves.
Smoking with the best, hold it down for the weed pimps. It's okay, your chest. You're not smoking with the king strict. Smoking with the king strict. King strict. That'll blow your mind, and the weed'll get you lit.
Get fit, fat kid.
FatKid.com presents clothing and apparel designed for the more voluptuous person in mind. No more struggles to find comfort. We have stylish outfits with great pricing. Make your purchase today to improve your wardrobe and enhance your fashion. Get fit, fat kid, and look good doing it.